If I had unlimited resources, what would I do? Man, what wouldn't I do? Let's be honest. First, a gym. That'd probably be the first thing I do. So my garage, I have, I'd say, finished. It has an attic above it with a drop ceiling. That's finished in my remark. And then the other half is just, it was kind of like a carport back in the day, but they added a brick around it to enclose it to make it a car garage, two-door car garage. But there's nothing in it. So when you go in the winter, now it is cold in there, super cold. Working out with a cold bar sucks. So the first thing I do, if I had unlimited money right now, is upgrade my electrical panel because that thing is so old. It is grandfathered in from 1980, provides 70 amp service when we need a 200 amp service. You can imagine we can't run the microwave, dishwasher, and the toaster at the same time. Shuts down, Wi-Fi's gone. So upgrade that. Then, so that's upgraded. Poof, mini split in that garage, a bad boy, kind of like the one I have up here, but it'd be a 1200. It would provide heat and cooling for the entire place. Then, number 3, wiring new lights. I'd add probably 12 lights in total. We have 4 in there, decent, but it would be Illuminati up in that, not like actual Illuminati, but illuminated, right? So it'd look better, much better. Then I'd drywall that part. The ceiling, I'd put drywall insulation so that with the next winter, it wouldn't be as cold. It'd still be cold as the garage. I'm not having any illusions. But it would stay in nice and toasty, probably 6 degrees. Maybe a lot more mice would come in. Mouse traps, number 4. Anyways, the electrical panel, mini split, lights, and then drywall. Boom, we got that situated. Now we're talking about the gym. That's where I spend my money. I would upgrade it. First, I'd move everything out of that garage. Then I'd lay all the garage, probably just a section where the gym is, with a 3/4 inch or an inch of stall mat. I don't want the weight to drop and hit it. After I do that, I'd put a rack there. Now, I thought about a 6-post squat rack. I don't know if it's feasible, but if that's the best decision in that area, it would eat up a lot in the gym. It may be just a longer rack, just on, I can only put on one side of the gym, so I would probably remove the cabinets that are on that wall, so I can put the rack further back, and maybe just kind of like a monster cave, or it would maybe be a 6-post squat rack, but horizontal, right? It wouldn't be long wise, horizontal, so I could have a little bit more room to squat in it, maybe someone on the outside and someone on the inside, but diagonal to the right. Functional trainer afterwards. Strength erg, concept 2 ski erg, row erg, fully lined out. Have an M1 tank, torque tank, right? Not like actual tank. Then I'd have probably a little bit, one more kettlebell, 16 kilograms, right? 16 pounds. Bumper plates, love bumper plates, got to get them. A better barbell, I'd have just a nicer squat B&R power bar, one for myself, one for Emily. Then the multi-chambered bench press bar. I don't want to bench press with my arms straight. I would want them a little bit more tighter so I can get a little deeper. It'd be kind of like an arc bar and be better from our hand position. Honestly, that might be it. I can't think of a lot of stuff right now, but I would upgrade that gym. I'm looking at a $15,000 investment into that gym. It would be nice. It'd be amazing. It'd be 3-inch steel, like tubes, pipings. It would probably be gray or white. It'd be something that looked nice. I'd paint the gym too. Probably paint that ceiling. It'd stay white. I'd paint the walls black. Then I'd better upgrade the storage. That's not something I want to think about, but I'd upgrade the storage. So on one side, it could be just all the gym. I would make it super functional. So it could be a garage and an area for my gym. That'd be great. I'd add a shed off to the side, a basketball court. So we could put all the lawnmowers and all the things we need to there. It'd probably be a 12x12 area where we could house all the equipment we would need for cutting the grass. It'd be nice stuff, right? That's my tools wouldn't be there, but just like the grass cutting tools, the wedge eater. You know what I mean. This spot would be next, right? Creator Studio. I would upgrade first this camera, iPhone 17. I would maybe get an iPhone 17 Pro Max, but I'd more than likely get a Sony camera with a nicer lens, make better talking head videos, stay with the same mic. It's pretty good. I'd have better lighting setup. This lighting is great, it works, but it just casts a whole bunch of shadow on me. I'd have nice lighting, a monitor like I'd want, right up here, right where this is, but behind it, I'd have a better iPad. Top of the line iPad, run right. I'd have an Apple Studio display. It would be a significant 5K investment. So we're talking about 15K investment into the gym, just the equipment. We're talking about a 5K investment into the creator space. Boom, we're looking at 20K so far. From upgrading the lighting, the equipment, that'd probably be another 2K. Let's say 3K. So we're at 23,000 right now in investments of upgrading the long-term feasibility of the gym, of the garage, and this creator studio. That would be the first part. Boom. Number two, money wasn't an option. It would be great supplements for just health, they'd be on subscription. We'd pay for everything at a year end. I'm not talking to go balls out. I don't like spend crazy amount of money, but I'd buy a year's worth of supplements. I would buy a year of everything. So instead of paying subscription fees, pay one time up front so you can get that month free of training, of editing software. So that all that we from 23,000, let's say $24,000, right? Then it's if there was no options in my business, from a website to paying for branding help with brand builders to paying for marketing help, find a marketing team, for paying for nutrition certifications, building out a business that's practical. Boom, that would probably cost me that'd be 12K with everything, with the investments in it. So now we're sitting, if we're at 2,400, now we're at 3,600, $36,000 we're in it, right? But that would be the initial steps. Then we're talking about, for my wife, a new minivan. I'm talking about new Platinum Toyota Sienna, all the bells and whistles. She feels good. For myself, I really don't care. I would just drive their old Honda. I don't. Rivian would be nice, but I just don't need it, right? I don't need something like that. My wife would get a new car. I would split up our bedroom. So let me do finances. We're looking at $36,000, add in $50,000, make it $60,000. So we're at $96,000 because that car is huge, right? Now we're talking about the house. What do we do with the house? We're adding in some more storage units. I'm thinking that's going to be around $2,000. So from 96, we're at $98,000. That's just making everything pretty, buying kind of the knick-knack paddywhacks. Now we're going into the bigger part. Schooling is huge. As I'm having these conversations with people in the nutrition field, it more and more looks like I'll have to do a registered dietitian because I want to protect myself from liability, right? I'd want to start a business in nutrition, a coaching business. So to do that, I would need to go back to school. I would not just lose all my money. That's why I want to start a business up front, build a foundation for it, and then go to school. Not part-time. So as I'm doing school, I'm also helping people with fitness and nutrition, and I have that money, have that cash flow for my family, and I'm fulfilling this need for my family as well. For me, being a registered dietitian, they go hand in hand. It'd be the next couple of years. That would be expensive. I'm probably another $50,000. So from $98,000, we're looking at $94,000, and there might be a potential move. We have to go somewhere else. I would find a way to stay here. I'd find to apply to that business, apply to internships where I'm in this area, find remote ones, just uprooting the family for a couple months. Maybe it's worth it. I don't know. It'd be a stress on my wife. A lot of stress because she'd stay at home. And I want to avoid that because if I'm busy all day and I can't be there, it's just going to create for a busier, more hectic lifestyle when I get back, when I'm allowed to apply myself. So that'd be up front to pursue what I want, right? I first build my base, build my family. I wouldn't pursue, it'd be a couple months I actually pursued what I wanted. And here's me with all the money in the world now, thinking I just keep working my job till I succeed that. But I wouldn't just go and do whatever I wanted. I would build a successful, sustainable business because that's something I want to do, something I want to help people with, and then be responsible. And it's crazy. Maybe it's how my mentality is right now, but just because I have all the money doesn't mean I'd stop working. I'd want to work. I want to help. It gives me some sort of fulfillment. That's just an epiphany I had. My ideal day, I would be up probably around 6. I'm hoping. My kids got me up too many times today. I'm tired. So I'd wake up at 6. As I woke up at 6, Probably within half hour, 45 minutes, I'd go work out. I'd probably work out for 60 minutes, looking at maybe 3 to 4 times a week. I don't need to do more than that. Take a shower. We're looking, let's say I did half an hour, 6:30. I'm working out, done by 7:30, in the shower by 7:45. I'd be out of the shower at least by 8. Shave by 8:30. I'm upstairs. I'm eating breakfast or I'm making breakfast. That'd be a great way to start my day, an ideal day with the kids. Then I'd go probably help some people, either work on content like this. I'd have it scheduled 3 times a week or maybe twice a week, or I'm actually shooting content, then have someone else edit the content. Then I would meet with people. Either I'm doing, everyone's listening to it, a podcast, or I'm helping clients with their nutrition, helping them get better, answering questions like I am doing now. That would be a general lifestyle flow of my work. We're looking around lunch. I'd be from home as well, right? That's why I want to create the studio. We're looking at when I get off work around 4 or 5. It'd be a 4-day work week, by the way. I'd be with my family. I'd be unplugged from work with my family, creating funny videos with them. That'd be a lot of fun, right? But I have that time where I'm working hard and then I have the time with the family. I know it won't be an even split every day. Maybe I'm working till 5, maybe I'm working till 6, but I'm working from home because I built my business here. So I'm with them more often to take them out anywhere. I build my business around the life I want to live, so I can 4 days a week, I can be with the kids. They get older, I can help homeschool them. That's important. Take them to activities, help my wife out. That's my ideal week. It's my ideal day. Wake up around 6, start working out by 6:30, 6:45, be done, shaved by 15, making breakfast for them, and then by 9:30, 10 realistically, I'm helping clients probably up until 12:30, 1 for a 2-3 hour block, have lunch, and then probably lunch be around done 2, from 2:30 until 6. I'm at it again. That would be maybe a 3 to 4 hour block. So in my day, we're looking of working anywhere between 5 to 6 hours a day. I think it's a good lifestyle. 4 days a week, 30 hours a week, building a business. That would probably generate anywhere to, after taxes, $250,000 a year for me. Would it be $1 million business? Would I have other team members? Yes, I would. But for me, that's what I would take home. $250,000 after taxes, after everything. I can live off that. I can pay for this house. I can do everything I want with that amount of money. I want to be remembered as a good guy. As a good husband, a good father, and a good friend. That's it. In 2 generations, my kids remember me, and my grandkids might, but their memory might start to fade. My great grandkids won't. That's fine. I want to have set up something for my grandkids to be better, right? To give them a level up. But unless we're building Vanderbilt money, unless we're building Carnegie money, your kids won't remember you. Those grandkids, you'll be forgotten in the annals of history. That's how it is. There's great people from history that are forgotten. There's some that are remembered versus billions who have been born who have died. I just want to be remembered by the people who know me most as a good guy. And that's the impact I want to have. That I help people live a better life because they knew me, worked with me, or were around me. When I make these videos, I get to coach whoever's listening to this. They get to hear me. This is my creative outlet. I like making videos like this. I can tell I'm warming up and I'm more looser as I do this. It's that creative side with me. At work, sometimes I get to coach people, but not really. My brain is pretty turned off, more into problem solving mode. I do talk to people and I get to counsel them, but they yell at me a lot, and it's very frustrating, and I don't like it. That's where I feel most unaligned, when I'm at work. I do something that I never imagined I'd be doing, and I feel I couldn't imagine doing, and it dogs on me. It's a lot to keep going, but I'm duty and honor bound to do my best to provide for my family. 1, fear of being fired, fear of failure, or failure fire. You know what I mean. And then 2, pay off our debt, build that lifestyle. Working hard because of who I am to avoid being fired and avoid being laid off. It's happened to a lot of people. And to pay off our debt, which we're 64 days away. So close. If I could align them better, it'd be doing something where I can use my skills like talking, like this, to help people, to be part of a mission where people call in because they want help, not because they need it. things are different. They could also need help, but not from a negative standpoint. I want something to be actually celebrate the fact that they want help with me. Like, thank you for helping me, not I curse you and everyone who's been involved with you. Different conversations. One of the biggest limiting beliefs that I've learned to shed was when I failed at my gym. I thought I was a bad trainer and I was a bad business owner. Only one of those things were true. It was like this little gun, right? It was like shooting my life dreams for the past 6 years. It took me till 2 weeks ago to realize that I was just a bad at business because I didn't know anything. I just knew how to coach people. I was, and probably still am, a rusty coach, but I was a phenomenal coach and I helped a bunch of people, thousands of people. I'm realizing that again. And that is a profound epiphany that I found, that I was only bad at business, not so much at fitness. Had I realized that earlier, life would have been completely different, but I just didn't. It's fine. But that was the biggest limiting factor, limiting belief I had in myself. The fact that I thought I was bad at fitness because my gym closed down. I'm good at fitness. I'm good at nutrition. Wasn't great at business, but now I have the knowledge. If I had the knowledge now, back then, maybe COVID would change things, right? But it'd be in a much different place right now. Or maybe it'd be in the same place, but my outcome would have been totally different. There you have it, with unlimited resources, with my ideal day, with how I want to be remembered, and the limiting factors I have or had on myself. I hope you ask yourself similar type of questions. You can start envisioning what you would create, what you would do, how you would better yourself in the future, and you identify what was holding you back. Should you not be able to identify what's holding you back, it's going to make it hard for you to actually reach what you want, actually build that gym, actually have those relationships, build that wealth. I think out of all those questions, the last one, what were biggest limiting beliefs that were holding you back, it's probably the most important to uncover first. Yes, to have the dream is fantastic. Yes, to be remembered is fantastic. Yes, to have your ideal day is fantastic. But none of those things are certain. You don't know if your ideal day is going to happen. You don't know if you're going to have the things you want in the future. You don't know how you're going to be remembered because you'll be dead. But what you can know is that your limiting belief, if you can get over that, you can accomplish more things. That's the only thing you have that you can affect, your mindset. Get over that limiting belief and then take action and do what you want. That's what I'm doing right now with this. I don't know how it's going to turn out. Don't know if it's going to be successful and it's going to be what I do part-time. I'll be a YouTuber. All I know is I can show up like I do for the gym 3 times a week, post 3 times a week for now, get the reps in, build up that base of strength, and then you specialize in something. Hope this helps.